For more on this story, let's get a preview now from Alan Dershowitz. He's a professor emeritus at Harvard Law. Sir, welcome, and thanks for coming on today. A little news breaking last night about what was going on behind the scenes with Hunter Biden's legal team. Again, this attorney who had allegedly contacted the clerk, maybe not totally being transparent with who they were and what they were wanting here. How might that impact the federal court judge's decision today as Hunter Biden enters a plea deal?
Well, first of all, Hunter Biden's lucky. He has excellent lawyers. I know them. I've worked with them, and they got him a very good deal. The question is, should the judge accept the deal? Has there been a thorough enough investigation? We don't know the answer to the million-dollar question. Did David Weiss, the U.S. attorney, have authority to go beyond Delaware and inquire, follow the money to Washington, D.C., to Los Angeles? If he did, then somebody's not telling the truth. And if he didn't, somebody's not telling the truth. And if he didn't, the judge should not accept the plea bargain. It would be based on an incomplete and misleading investigation. So the first question I'm asking, if I'm the judge, is, wait a minute, I hear from Garland that he had complete authority, and then I hear from Weiss that he didn't have complete authority. What's the truth before I make a decision, which I have the discretion to make? So it's right now in the judge's court. Let's see what he does.
All right. Congressman, I believe it was Jason Smith, and this is, again, from our reporting as well, submitted documents essentially saying that the DOJ interfered within these investigations here, obviously citing the two IRS whistleblowers. Submitting that to the court, does that play in as a deciding factor for a judge considering the plea deal?
Well, first, the judge has to accept it. They are not in the case. They would have to have authority to submit it. And it should. A judge is supposed to accept a plea in the interests of justice. And over the years, judges have refused to accept pleas. I haven't been thrilled with that myself. Sometimes they do it erroneously, but they do have the authority. And I guess they have the authority to consider anything that's submitted to them, although it's unusual for non-parties to submit material. I don't think there have been any amicus briefs, that is, friends of the court's brief, submitted. This is an unusual situation, but the judge has the authority not to accept the plea, to ask the parties to go back and answer some questions. I don't think he's going to do it, because if he was going to do it, he'd have indicated that now, before, to give the lawyers an opportunity to respond. But we'll wait and see when we get to court as to whether the judge just acts as a rubber stamp or whether he does his job. And his job is to question the basis for the plea, to see whether justice has been done to the American people. We know that both sides want this deal to go through for their own reasons, but a judge sits in a position of representing the people of the United States, not either party. So he has a responsibility outside of the two parties to see that justice has been done.